Welcome to the Joyage Kingdom. In this video, we're going to go over exactly how to make your NFT journey a huge success. If you're an artist especially, you're going to want to watch this video all the way to the end. I hope you've been enjoying the NFT videos recently. This channel's been doing amazing and the kingdom grows every single day. As always, the goal of my YouTube channel is to instill the knowledge and confidence it takes to navigate the metaverse on your own one day. So if that sounds good to you, you know what to do. Smash that thumbs up button, subscribe to the Joyage Kingdom, bell notifications on, and let's get into the video.
Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed that little intro. We have Miss Espo Visuals Sydney joining us for today's video. So I flew to California to see Sydney, to hang out and do the things, and then also to go to this NFT event in California in this random place I'm gonna speak there. I'm not sure what to expect. So yeah, as Sydney said, in today's video we're gonna be talking about NFTs, how to get started, where do you even start, how to have a successful NFT project. This is gonna be a part one. There's gonna be a part two. It's gonna go on Sydney's channel. If you're watching this right now, that means Sydney's video is live. Go right after you watch this video to talk about what to do after your project sells out or starts doing well. So if you're just getting started in NFTs, you don't know anything, the first thing you do is spend 1 to 3 months learning, observing, sitting on the sidelines, spending those few months learning and getting a good foundation. This is going to be something we talk about a lot in this video. Getting a good foundation is going to be the key to literally everything in the NFT world. After a few months of sitting on the sidelines, you're going to want to make sure that you're spending a few months dabbling in NFT land with a very small portion of your portfolio. And this is just to get comfortable in NFT land. There's a little bit of a learning curve. You do need to spend a little money and dabble. It's kind of like I liken it to Chuck E. Cheese. You need to play around in Chuck E. Cheese land to actually know what's going on in the NFT world.
Getting started in the NFT space, like you don't have to start, even if you are an artist and you want to make NFT art and that's your goal, you don't have to start with that. You can start just by learning, just by being in the community, in the NFT space, doing things like joining Twitter spaces, hopping in people's discords, but actually engaging with people in the space, like building genuine relationships. And you can do that for months before you ever even think about what your NFT project will look like. Just soak up everything that's around you.
That's a great point. And also one thing to note, this is something I talk about a lot. This is the mindset work that I do in a lot of my videos. Remember that NFTs are here to stay. They're not going to be gone in 4 months. They're not going to be gone in 4 years. They will be here to stay. Make sure that you actually accept that for what it is, which is truth, and take the time to learn it and do it right. Because if you do it right the first time, you don't have to go back and redo shit. You do it right the first time, you have that base foundation, you got strong legs, you're in, and you're good to go.
Starting off sharing your art in any way, starting with the NFT community was the first time I ever put my art out there for people to see. And it's scary at first. Like, to build that self-confidence, all you have to do is start. It's never gonna get easier unless you start making videos, you start talking to people. I forgot what I was gonna say with that. And just know that it's a process. It's gonna take time. Like, I know a lot of people starting off, they feel so uncomfortable on camera. They feel so uncomfortable talking about themselves and their art. But the more you do it, just like anything, you're gonna work that muscle memory and it's gonna just come so much easier.
Yeah, just to build on that, it could take a long time. For me, it took like 10 years to build a brand and to find the algorithm. I've been making videos since 2010. It can take a long time, or it could take 2 weeks. Like, you have no idea. In this world, everything is possible. But go into it with the mentality that's gonna take a longer time than you think. But we're gonna talk about this a little bit later. Prepare like you're gonna go viral and be ready just in case that happens, because anything in this world can happen. Like your story, if you wanna talk about that, like you kind of just blew up and just...
Yes. When I started, I had, just like you said, that mindset of long term. I truly had it in my head, like, oh, I'll start posting videos now, I'll start making NFTs now. If they become more mainstream in 2 years, like maybe I'll start to get popular. And I think going in with that mindset helped me a lot because I wasn't expecting anything to happen so fast. So it was more authentic. I was actually making the videos simply because I was having fun making the videos and not because I wanted immediate success. And I think people sense that and kind of feel that.
All right, so of course I forgot the AMA question of the day. We're gonna do one from Jakey. What is your main source of income at the moment? What you got?
Video production.
Video production, nice. And mine's sort of the same, commission work with like new NFT companies who pay for their pretty honest reviews. If you guys don't know, we recorded a podcast a long time ago before her NFT stuff blew up, and I interviewed her, not really related to NFTs that much, and I ended up loving what she was saying and talking about, and the way she talked about who she was and what she wanted to bring into this world and stuff. And that was the reason I bought her art. And then when I saw the kind of content she was making and I could feel the authenticity, I aped in and I tweeted about it, and it did nothing for a couple weeks, and then she took off and went literally past the moon. And so that's the kind of things you can you can kind of help yourself with. You can find artists who are doing it right. You can look at Sydney's Instagram, her TikTok, and watch what she did from the beginning. You can go on Brooklyn, what's her Twitter?
Brooklyn NFTs.
Yeah, Brooklyn NFTs on TikTok is doing an excellent job as well. She just launched her own NFT project. And when you build a brand from the beginning that is built on authenticity and getting people to fuck with your brand and wanting to be part of what you're doing, that's how you sell art. And so that's what we're gonna get into right now about pricing your art. How the hell do you price your art? What is your art worth? And we'll get into what I think about that. But with Sydney's, we can talk about hers because she literally went from like, I'm not sure what to do, I'm just gonna mark them as this. And so you can kind of talk about your experience with it.
Yeah, I think there's no right answer to pricing. That's what I get asked the most. Like, well, what do I price my first piece as? And the answer is I honestly have no idea. It's about what you value your art as. It's about where you are in terms of your brand, in terms of your community. I think most importantly, it's about your goals too. For me, I didn't want to make a lot of money right off the bat. I wanted to connect with people. My whole idea was I want to connect with artists and people who like art from all over the world. So I wanted anyone who wanted to be a part of my community that I was starting to be able to. So I made more NFTs. I made 50 as opposed to just one of ones, and I priced them for a lot lower because that way I could have kind of a lot of people get excited because I really wanted to build that community and have that foundation first. I wasn't thinking about making money off of my art right away. But I know that is some people's goals. Like they spend so much time on their art and they value it so much, so they want to price it accordingly, which I think is fine, but don't expect to make so many sales right away, especially if you don't have a brand behind your name yet. You can price your art as whatever you think its value as and whatever you're comfortable with selling it for, but just know that it's going to take time to actually find the right collectors that kind of see that.
Yeah. And then do you want to talk about how what was it? It was just so you guys are aware, because she didn't just like leap from nothing into NFT world and knowing all this stuff. She did have experience in the world of like this kind of stuff. So do you want to talk about that a little bit, what you were doing?
Yeah, so that's another thing I get so many comments about is, you're so good on camera, like how did that start so fast? But I've been on camera for the past year. My brother and I had a different YouTube channel we were doing. I had a different TikTok totally, and we were, just trying different things, different niches. This is just the one that the algorithm just hit, and I started to get followers from. But I had so much knowledge going into this I have a video production company. I know how to be on camera. I know how to market. I've had all of these skills that I'm able to use in this new space.
Yeah, and that's one thing I noticed right off the bat within 10 seconds of talking to you on our first podcast was how you could articulate. And if you guys know on my Twitter at Cade Bergman, that's my pinned tweet, is people who can articulate themselves to a camera are gonna win, because that's how you build your brand. You speak on camera. It's everything Gary Vee talks about. You just speak your truth. People say, oh, I like that truth, let me pop in there too. And they grow with you, and you repeat your mantra, you repeat your message, your vision, talk about it early, often, frequently, as much as you can, because that's a form of active manifestation, is what I believe. And that's good for you because it builds belief and esteem in yourself, which we're going to get into right now about how to get people into part of your brand. But you talking about that and always talking about, you guys probably know I'm on my YouTube videos, on my tweets. Joyage Kingdom is something I talk about a lot. Belief in the brand is something I talk about a lot. Those are things that as I say them more and more, my audience starts to associate me with that. They start to associate themselves with that. They want to be part of that. And my brand gets stronger and stronger without having to pump a bunch of money in or do a stupid hype project or something like that. I want to do this right, and it's going to take a long time. And I have a 20-year vision, even though it's probably not going to take 20 years, because in NFT land, that's like 16 centuries. So that'll happen a lot faster. But I go in with the mentality that it could take 20 years. Another thing that's going to be ultra important is to prepare like you're gonna go viral tomorrow, right? The night before, I kid you not, the night before I went viral on Twitter from Fidel's tweet, I set up my whole Discord. I got my friend to help me. I set up my Twitter, my Instagram, all my socials to look like an NFT creator, because at that point in my life, I didn't know what I was doing yet. I was just making NFTs and kind of just playing around. And that's how I look at everything. I look at everything like Chuck E. Cheese tokens, like I'm just playing in the world of NFTs. And so, but I was ready. Like I said, if I go viral, I need to know what to do. What's step 2? Right? And so I planned it out in my head. I manifested, like, if this really happens, what is that going to feel like? And I visualized going viral, selling out my collection, and the next day it happened. So I'm not going to say that that's always going to be how it is, but preparing for success is the most important thing. And that's something you kind of did pretty well, like right off the bat when you sold out.
Yeah, I will say like half. I did kind of half. I was like kind of prepared, but not really. I had like my socials. I didn't have a Discord. I think everything you said is so important. It can be when you actually, if something does happen, a video takes off and you do start to like go viral, it happens so fast and so many people are talking to you that it's so easy to get overwhelmed, that the last thing you want is to be trying to make everything while everyone's coming in. So like if you don't have your socials in straight and you're trying to like make an Instagram bio when you have 100 messages coming in, it's just like too much. So yeah, I love everything you said. Have everything ready to go because anything could happen. One video could take off, one famous person could see your work, like it, tweet about it, and everything could change literally in one night. So yeah, I love everything you said. I like kind of did it. The only thing was I didn't have my Discord set up until everything started to happen. I remember setting it up, I felt so rushed and I was like, oh my gosh, there's all these people that are trying to come in. And then once that was set up, everything was so much easier. I had a way to talk to everyone. It was so much better. So like doing like what you did, doing it right before is the key. Also, we're going to be doing a giveaway. We're going to give away 2 of my NFTs, the Hand Over the Magic and A Side of Light. So we're going to do a live tomorrow and it's going to be posted on my channel, so it'll be up for a while, and we're going to get into all the details because we're going to make you work a little bit for it.
We are. No, and I'm a big fan. So as you guys know, if you're in my Discord, I asked you guys what video you wanted to see next. The next Brilliance review is Neo Tokyo, a big project. I'm very excited about that. I'm taking a lot of things that they're doing and I'm going to apply them to my brand because I like the gamification. I like that they made their people work to get in instead of just buying their way in or being there first. I think there's more important things that, you know, for them, no one wants to sell because they worked so hard to get that NFT, and that's how you create real emotional interest, which I've talked about in all my videos, and that's how you do it right. So we're going to make sure we're doing that because there's also some of the aspects of this giveaway, if you guys want to enter, are going to help you out tremendously more than they help us, and we want to make this like a launch pad for especially NFT artists. So it's going to be a really cool giveaway. I'm really excited to do that. I'm not sure exactly when that live will come out, but that'll be on your YouTube channel. So you'll be able to find it if you haven't seen it. So in this final segment of the video, we're going to talk about getting people to be part of the brand, which we already hit on a little bit. We're just going to mention a couple specific things I think are really going to help you guys out. So we're going to let Sydney take over for that bit.
I think one of the most important things that's so helpful getting people wanting to be a part of your brand is being transparent and authentic about where you are in your journey. Like again, we're so new, we're all just starting this. So I think saying that, like I remember when I started to get all those followers, that video started to go viral of mine, I said like, I'm just getting started. I don't know what I'm doing yet. I'm still making my Discord, and people who were there from the beginning saw that transformation. They saw me make the Discord in 2 days. They saw all this, and it makes them feel like they're a part of it makes them feel like they're a part of it because they are. So you don't always have to like do things in the dark and act like you've done this all before. Like be real, be honest, and people love that, and it makes them feel closer to you.
Yeah, definitely. And actually that raises a great point because the goal 10 years ago was to fake it till you make it. You guys remember, if you're like somewhere near our age, fake it till you make it was a legit thing. And yes, in some ways, believe it till you make it. I think there's a better way to do that. I think instead of faking till you make it, you earn your way into believing that you will make it. And when you really believe that, stuff starts to open up that you never ever in your fucking life thought would ever happen. And they happen so naturally. It's insane. So believing in yourself comes from doing things and testing yourself and realizing, damn, I kind of have what it takes. I just did that. I just talked to that famous dude. I just talked to this guy, held my own. And as you build that belief in yourself, everything starts to open up. And yeah, faking it to make it is bullshit. It's horseshit. I don't want that. If I'm gonna be part of a brand, I want to hear the struggles and the bullshit they have to go through. And that's why I post so much behind the scenes stuff.
And with all this being said, if you're doing absolutely everything right, you're making the content, you're doing all the things, you're building your brand, and you're still not seeing a lot of success, it takes so much time to actually see success. And I know it's so easy to see someone who blew up overnight and think that's what's going to happen. But again, like you always say, this is starting a business and it takes years for businesses to be profitable. I started a business with Matt and it takes so much time. Like you might think you have all these skills and you could be the best, you could have all the skills, but there's so many little things that you just can't think of unless you're actually in it and unless you're actually starting the business. And it just takes time. Just be like excited to be here and be excited for the journey, even if it's not like crazy success right away.
And then how you just said about having a blowing up overnight, that's actually not what you want to do. You don't want to be that guy who blows up overnight, because tomorrow when you have to make a TikTok and you don't get 6 million views, that's going to rip apart your mental. So if you do happen to blow up by accident overnight, remember that that's probably not going to happen in the next video, and the next video, and the next video. So take out of if you got 1 million views, right, and you got 10,000 followers that came from that video, Your next goal for the next 3 months should be, how do I get these 10,000 people who just followed me to really know who I am, not from that one 10-second TikTok video. And it's difficult, but it's going to take a long time. But remember, your goal shouldn't always be to get new people in. It should be to foster what you have and grow that from the inside out. People will do the work for you. Like, a lot of people will share my stuff and I don't ask them to. They just like the video, they like whatever, and they'll share it on their own. You don't have to make your sales. You don't have to force your sales. When you do the brand stuff right, you do the foundational stuff right, people want to support you. And that's the way it should be. And I think that's how it goes. And I think good karma comes all the way around. I think you connect with people for the right reasons. You buy art because you want to support them. Tweet them, like, engage with these people. It's fun, and it's like a huge thing for me, like manifesting. Like, it's all manifesting. You're all just kind of like, we're moving toward this goal. There's so many people in this world. There's so many people that are not in NFTs yet. We can literally, every artist can sell their art. It can all happen. You know, there's enough people to make that work, and there's always an audience for you.
Another thing to know is something that's really helped me is I take one video and I post it on every social platform. And when I started doing that, because that's like what Gary Vee says and kind of what has worked for a lot of people, I felt almost insecure that people were going to see my same content on all these different platforms and, I don't know, I guess feel some type of way about it. Just remember that no one cares about you as much as you care about you. So if someone sees your content on multiple platforms, they're not going to sit there and think like, oh my God, this girl's blowing up my feed. Like, they don't notice. They might notice one of your videos, but they're not going to notice all four. So just keep that in mind and just stay in your own lane.
And I just want to say this for the end of the video, because I wanted to prove to you guys that selling your art doesn't have to be what you think. You can sell your art by sharing your story and not shilling it. So I literally made a YouTube video called Reviewing My NFT Project, where I just went through all my NFT photography and just talked about each photo. And I didn't say buy my art. I didn't say you should do this, you should do that. I literally just said, these are the pictures, this is what they mean to me. And I think I sold out the collection off that one video. I think, yeah, or like I'm about to sell out or something. So it's just like proof to tell you guys, like, once you build your brand the right way, you can literally just talk about your truth and people want to be part of it. And sometimes they want to put their money where their mouth is, and that's dope because we all need to make money somehow. But I just wanted to prove that if you guys do this right, making money doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be this hard, difficult thing. Once you understand how branding, marketing, money works, money falls in your fucking lap. Opportunities fall in your lap, and it's true, and it can happen to you, but it's gonna require you to do the things right from the beginning and sticking with your truth and not accepting stupid short-term cash grabs and remaining true to your message, your vision, and keeping that at #1 priority always. And I think that's pretty much our video.
All right, so we're wrapping up part 1. We're gonna do part 2 on my channel, which we're gonna talk about what to do after you actually start making sales, once you actually start building a community behind your brand, and how to maintain that demand and just stay relevant.
The reason we're putting that on her channel is, one, because it's fair, and then also because she's done an excellent job maintaining holders. We both have, but she's done more work from the artist creator standpoint. I'm more of a content creator, so we want to put this on her channel. It makes more sense. She's done an outstanding job making her holders long-term holders. I think the cheapest one is still like over 100x of what we minted for, which was like $20. Huge return on investment, and it's been like over a month, I think, since that launch. So she's done a lot of things right, and we're going to talk about that. I hope to see you guys there. Literally go straight to that video after this one. I'll link in the description below. I appreciate everyone watching. What should we do for our code word? Code word surprise.
Code word is surprise. I like that.
Code word surprise. Sounds good, guys. I appreciate everyone watching. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Join the kingdom. Like this video. Click add a full screen to go click on her thing, but click like right before you do that. And until next time, guys, continue on your joyage. Continue to learn and be grateful you're alive watching this video. Bye. Oh my God.
Classic slide out.
How the hell do I get out of here now? Oh.